So the Patriots fall to 2-7. Yikes. The Patriots were driving late in the game when Mac Jones delivered a shot that hit wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster in the hands and bounced in the arms of safety Jartavius Martin to seal the win for the Commanders. 2-7 is tied for the worst start to the season the Patriots have had in the Bill Belichick era. I have something for you here. I think it's important. I have a white flag. Is it time to wave this white flag and finally give up on the 2023 season and look forward to 2024? Is it time to wave it?
I'm not ready to wave the flag just yet.
Wow.
I think if they lose in Germany on Sunday, then yes, I'll be waving the white flag. I'll give them one more game.
Okay.
Right? I mean, losing 7 games, if they won the rest of their games, right? They 2 and to be 10, they'd win 10 games. So I don't think it's going to happen, but there is still a flicker of hope. And you look at the Lions last year, right? Didn't they get to were they at 2-7?
1-6.
1-6.
And then they went on a winning streak.
Well, I don't know why the Patriots didn't win on Sunday. It's really bad. They really laid an egg. I mean, they had a great opportunity. The Commanders just traded their best 2 defensive players to other teams. They had 2 new guys in there, and the Patriots couldn't run the ball except for one big burst by Ramondre Stevenson, which was a great run. It's the best of his career, 64 yards for a touchdown. But other than that, they could not run the ball. And the protection for Mac Jones was a little better, but you'd expect it when the Commanders had got nobody on their defensive line that you ever heard of.
Right.
So I don't know. This team really very disappointing. Very disappointing. It's a game they should have won.
Probably.
They were favored, and they should have won it, and they didn't, because they have nobody to blame but themselves, right? And I don't know. They say all the right things after the game, and Mac Jones, he's got his lines down perfectly now because he's had the same so many times now after losing games. But something's got to change. Something's got to be a shakeup, and the blood is in the water in New England for Bill Belichick. The talk of firing him. The Boston Globe had a big article in there. The end is in sight.
Yeah.
So I personally, I don't think that's fair. You soon forget. This is America, right? Everyone loves a winner in America. If you're a loser, forget it. Bill Belichick was a winner for 20 years. Everybody got spoiled by the winning culture and all the winning that took place in New England. And that now he's hit a dip. He's got a new team, and he's got a lot of young players. His quarterback is questionable whether they should retain him or go tank and try to pick up a new one in the draft. But I still remember those winning seasons, and I thank the Patriots for that. And he was a big part of it. So I'm not ready to throw him over the side.
Well, speaking of Mac Jones and his post-game conference, we actually have that. So this is Mac Jones post-game after the loss against the Commanders.
Yeah, it's tough. I think the biggest thing, like you said, is remaining confident in yourself. And when you do everything you can every day, you should have no regrets. So I have no regrets. I do need to do things better, but I'm always going to work hard. And obviously, like you said, the results aren't there right now. It stinks, and there's no excuses. I think just for me, just keep communicating, right? Keep instilling confidence in everybody. Let them know that I trust them, because I do, right? I wouldn't throw it in there, fire it in there if I didn't think they were going to catch it or get open. So I know the record is no good right now, but we're growing together. We got a lot of young guys working hard and trying to grow.
That's bull. I think he should have stepped up there and said, you know what, we stink, and I'm a big part of it, and we got to find a way to get better. And I'm going to do everything I can to try to get better, but the whole rest of the team's got to step up too, and we've got to get together and figure out why and get it fixed real fast.
Well,
that's what he should have said.
The problem with him saying that is that he's the quarterback of the team, and especially with Bill Belichick as your head coach, that culture isn't about calling out specific guys. And he kind of said that too. He sort of took a shot at his receivers.
Himself, he stinks. He makes a lot of mistakes.
He does. He does.
Wide open throws. He misses the
He
throw.
one
You gotta
throw
make
on the
those throws.
first drive.
This is the NFL.
One throw on the first drive of the game. That did not cost them the game. There was also a slightly like I think we're over exaggerating it here just because of the fact that they're the New England Patriots. There was one slightly underthrown ball that was a floater to Ramondre Stevenson in that game. First of all, that was a hell of a defensive play. He got his hand right in between Stevenson's arms. While it was slightly underthrown, it still wasn't a turnover-worthy play there.
It was slightly underthrown.
It was slightly underthrown. But also, how about dots? How about when Mac Jones throws absolute beauties like this one to Jalen Reagor? An absolutely beautiful bomb. He throws it from the 32-yard line. We talk about Mac Jones has no arm strength and no arm talent. He threw it from the 32-yard line, and it hit Jalen Reagor at the 12, at the other 12. That's nearly a 60-yard pass.
Pass, and here's the other part of it. Mac Jones could say, you know what, I stink, and I need to get better. The wide receivers are the worst in the NFL. They really are. They are the worst. They have Demario Douglas, a little pipsqueak of a guy, right? And he's their best receiver by far, and he actually looks like he's trying out there.
Yeah.
The other guys, Juju Smith-Schuster, I would put him on the practice squad or something. Forget him. He's terrible. Parker, he's always hurt, and he lets him go through his hands too. He can't catch anything. Get him out of there too. I
actually have that.
At the post game, they were asking, "Where is Booty? Why? How the hell? Belichick said he had a great practice.
The best practice he's had so far.
Best practice. So why the hell didn't you let him play? Come on, let him get out there. What do you got to lose now? I'd let him get out there, play with Douglas, right? Play the young guys. Thornton, he looks like he's a dud.
I told you.
Yeah, he is. He can't get any separation. He doesn't run his routes well. He's just fast. That's all.
Right.
He's not a good receiver.
Right.
He can run fast.
Yeah.
That's all. That's not the whole battle, guys.
Yeah.
You got to be able to catch the ball too. You got to be able to get open, get some separation.
Yeah.
Yeah. He can't do that. So why they have him out there?
Well,
give somebody else a try.
There was, like you mentioned before, there was one horrible throw that Mac Jones had on that fourth down that was a turnover on downs. Tyquan Thornton was open. That was a complete misfire. However, one play on the first drive of the game, that didn't lose them this game. Also, you bring up horrible route running. Tyquan Thornton also ran. Was he step dancing or running an out route? I'm not too sure because he tried to make a move to the outside and it looked like he was tap dancing. This is the NFL, like you said. Receivers have to be somewhat competent. Also, on that Juju Smith-Schuster throw, if you go through social media, and Jonathan Vilma, I respect him as a player. He was a great defensive player for the New York Jets. Saying that this play to Juju Smith-Schuster is a forced play. There was not a single wide receiver open besides Juju Smith-Schuster. It bounced off both hands, and it got tipped into the arms of the safety.
No, I agree with you. Vilma had made a bad call.
That is not a forced play.
That was a good throw.
If you're an NFL quarterback, and especially a first-round pick, that is a throw that is routine for you, and Mac Jones threw it in the only place Juju Smith-Schuster had an opportunity to catch it. That is not on Mac Jones. That is not even on the offensive line. Hell, that's not even on offensive coaching. That's not on Bill O'Brien. That's on Juju Smith-Schuster. Where I'll give him credit is what he did differently when he had a horrible drop, and that was that drop. He took accountability for it, unlike Devontae Parker, who said, I don't know, it hit me in the fingertips. He took accountability, and I could at least respect that.
It's nice. I'm glad he did that. The other thing I'd point out here, Nate, in this game is the quarterback comparisons here, right? Okay. We have Sam Howell, who has been brutally beaten the whole season. Yeah. Right? He has the most sacks of any quarterback in the NFL, I believe. Maybe they didn't sack him much in this game, and he tore him up, right? 29 for 45, 345 yards, 1 TD, and 1 interception. Yeah, he had a great game. By the way, he is the most sacked quarterback by 13. By the way, 13 by the way, he's tough. Yeah, he's tough. Yeah, he's an up and coming quarterback. He's somebody that is really gonna do well once he gets a decent offensive line. Look out for him. Yeah, right. He's gonna be right up there, and he showed it on Sunday. he had that bad interception, right? He came right back from it. He forgot about it, and he did very well. On the other hand, Mac Jones, 24 of 44, 220 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. Those stats look better than he played, I think. I think those stats make him look better than he played.
Really? People are saying the stats make him make it look worse, but I'll say this, okay? I
didn't think he looked too good.
He did not look good.
Offense
No, he didn't.
Offense is stagnant, and
it's bad.
You know what? Maybe I'm a little too tough on him. His receivers stink.
They're terrible.
Okay, they're the worst in the NFL.
Probably.
On the other hand, Washington has some very good receivers, right? They have McLaughlin, or what?
Terry McLaurin.
McLaurin, right? And then they have the Dotson, the rookie, who's done well. So they have somebody you can throw it to.
They also have Logan Thomas at tight end, who is very, very reliable. They also have Brian Robinson, who's a pretty consistent running back as well. I will give you that. This season in its totality has been one of, if not the worst. By the way, in that game, the Patriots, they had 0 defense. They gave up the most yards all season by 40. 40 yards more than previously. By the way, offensively, wasn't actually absolutely horrible. So we've played 9 games so far. This was above average for the amount of yards they gained totally. This is the 4th highest all season. So the offense wasn't absolutely atrocious, but it wasn't good.
There's some issue there with Jack Jones and J.C. Jackson.
It's very, very interesting.
Right? They were benched at the beginning of the game because their performance the prior week was very poor.
Well, Belichick tried to...
What is wrong with J.C. Jackson? He got, you know what? He got a big contract, and he doesn't care anymore.
That's why I say when you get a big contract.
I think it's a lot. He got a great big contract. He went out to San Diego. To Los Angeles Chargers, and he didn't have it. And he was a healthy scratch a couple of times. Maybe the Patriots should have looked a little harder at that before they took on that contract and brought him to New England, because now they're having the same problems with him.
Well, I mentioned how
he's not playing hard.
I mentioned how it was very funny that every fan and everyone who has 2 sets of eyeballs, or hell, even one eyeball, could tell you the one glaring issue the Patriots have had is a reliable receiver. Yet when D-Hop was available, they were interested, but they didn't want to give him $12, $13 million a year. OBJ was available. They didn't really want to pursue him. There were options to pursue pretty good wide receivers. However, when Christian Gonzalez goes down, and the minute there's turmoil in Los Angeles, Belichick goes, J.C. Jackson, let's go back to the Patriots. Let's take on that massive contract. We weren't even willing to pay you at the start. We'll bring you back. The first chance he got, he signed him back. By the way, I want to talk about the entire team. It's the worst. By the way, offensively, points scored, they're 31st, which is the lowest in Patriots history. Total yards is 27th, tied for the fewest in Patriots history. Point differential, they're 30th right now, lowest in Patriots history. What about also pass blocking is 24th right now. That is the lowest since 2015. Let's keep going. Let's go on the other side of the ball. Defensively, points allowed, right? We talk about Belichick. Phenomenal defense. They're 26, which is the second most points in Patriots history that allowed.
They had 2 games that were really bad.
It was against the Cowboys and it was
the Saints. Those are the
Saints
two
as well.
Games.
Yeah, they were terrible. Not only that, check this out. Yards per game allowed. They're 16th, which is the most since 2018. What about yardage differential? 24th, lowest since 2001. This is an entire team failure. You can't put this, you could say the offense has been lackluster. However, when you have a coach that can't draft a wide receiver, if it was him or he would die, I guarantee you Belichick could die, because guess what? The amount of receivers that he has skipped over or has traded picks away, which turned out to be picks, turned out to be receivers, aka DK Metcalf, or I would love to know, I still would love to know, what was the draft report on N'Keal Harry? The amount of receivers in that draft that Belichick picked N'Keal Harry over, I don't understand what the draft report was on N'Keal Harry. He was tall, isn't he? I think he's 6'3", 6'4".
They like to pick players that nobody ever heard of before, and they come out, and if they play well, then they take credit for it as the coaching. Right. The coaching is really good.
Right. Yeah. So in totality, this season has been an utter failure. You know what? I had hope with the Lions. I said the Lions went 1-6. I'm not giving out hope yet. They went out and beat the Bills. After this, I'm waving the white flag. This season's over. Bring on 2024. I will watch them. I will root for them, but I am realistic here. The Patriots, this might be a consistent basis where it could be a number of years. They need maybe a full reset or something, some cataclysmic change to get back on track. But as of right now,
Bill Belichick.
I think that
if he loses on Sunday, do you think they'll fire him mid-season?
I'm going to talk about that in the next topic here, but I do think it'll be very interesting, especially with Jonathan Kraft on camera saying we're just not good enough. I think something major either is about to happen or eventually will happen that will either make a lot of people upset, make a lot of people question maybe what's going on, or make a lot of people happy. But I do think some sort of major change is on the way. What that is, I have no idea.
Okay, well, I'll be unhappy if they fire Belichick.
Oh, I know you would. You've been one of his apologists.
I still appreciate all that he contributed to the winning that went on, and he did play a big role in it.
Well,
I mean, Tom Brady, maybe nowadays you'd say he played a bigger role in it because the Patriots have not been that good without him. But Bill Belichick did play a role in it. His defensive schemes.
He did?
In the Super Bowls that they won. I just think, you got to give the guy a lot of credit over the years. But this is America, and what have you done for me lately?
It is.
Yeah.
Nobody
remembers that or wants to remember it.
I would agree with you. I would give Belichick a lot of credit for 2 Super Bowls and both against the Rams. The Panthers won, yes, while Brady was more of a game manager. That second half and in the fourth quarter, by the way, that scoring at 32-29. Not a lot of defense going on. You could say maybe in the Eagles Super Bowl, the first one, I think Ty Law had a pick 6 in that game. It wasn't Brady leading a game-winning drive. That was a lot about defense. Maybe you could say there. So maybe 3. But the other 4, Brady won 7. But the other 3, we're talking about Eagles, 28-24. Falcons, you went down 28-3, and Brady had to march all his way back.
But look about the Super Bowls they lost to the Giants. There weren't many points scored in those games.
There were not many points scored. Yeah, I agree. But in the one they lost to the Eagles, where they lost 41-33.
Yeah, well, they scored a lot of points.
One of the most interesting decisions to bench Malcolm Butler, who played, I think, 98 or 99% of your defensive snaps, and then you bench him for the Super Bowl. And I think the report was that him and Matt Patricia got into an argument. You could either release him that offseason, fine him, sit him for the first few weeks, but to bench him for the Super Bowl when he was probably your best cornerback at the time, that's bad timing, bad coaching, and what we could say now, a complete and utter mistake because Nick Foles put up 41 on you. That's pretty bad. Yeah. That's pretty bad. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, if you want to check out the full episode, make sure you click the I in the top right-hand corner right now. If you want to listen to this show anywhere you go, make sure you go to anchor.fm/The Harvey Hour or anywhere you get your podcasts.